Welcome to Too Easy to Learn. Hi everyone. We are starting a brand new series of lessons on the angle properties of circle. This is the first lesson where we will dive into one of the most important rule. The angle at center is twice the angle of circumference. We will also discuss few exam questions. Let's get started and make circle easy to learn. You can see a circle with center O on your screen and there is a green line. This green line is called chord. A chord is a straight line which touches the circle at the 2 point of the circumference. This chord AB is making angle at center O. So we name this angle AOB, which is formed at the center of the circle. Now same chord AB is also making angle on the circumference of the circle at point C. So this is the angle ACB. If we say this angle is theta degree, then there is a relationship between this angle ACB and AOB. So angle C is at the circumference of the circle and angle O is at the center of the circle, and it will be 2 times 2 theta. If the C angle is 30 degree, then the angle at center will be 60 degree. If the angle at the circumference is 40 degree, then the angle at the center will be 80 degree. If you have angle at center 120 degree, then the angle at circumference will be half of the center and it will be 60 degree. I'm going to show you one more shape of the same property like this. The chord AB, sometimes the lines are not shown, the chords are not shown in question. This is the chord AB. I'm going to mark the green line. This is the line AB, which is called the chord making angle at the center. The same chord is also making angle at the circumference of the circle at point C. So the both properties are same, but the shape are little bit changed. Now this angle at C is the theta degree, then the angle at the center will be 2 times at the circumference. So angle at center is equal to 2 times angle at circumference. My dear students, here we will observe one important thing. The angle at center is formed by the minor arc AB. This is the minor arc AB. This minor arc AB is making angle at the center, but the angle at the circumference is on the major arc ACB. So there is a relationship. If the minor arc is making angle at the center, then the circumference angle will be formed on the major arc, and we will observe the opposite of it. Let's look into this diagram. The arc AB is making angle at the center. So there are two angles. One is this formed by the minor arc and other one is formed by the major arc. So this is chord AB. If we see this inside angle, this is formed by the minor arc, but this outside angle, which is the pink angle, it is formed by the major arc. So major arc is making angle at the center of the circle. Then what about the angle at the circumference? It should be on the minor arc AB. So it will be these blue lines ACB. So this will be the theta degree and the double of it on the center of the circle. So you must be careful when you are observing the angle properties, especially angle at center 2 times angle at circumference. You have to observe the angle at center is formed by the major arc, then at the circumference angle will be on the minor arc. If the angle at center is formed by the minor arc, then the angle at circumference will be formed at the circumference in the major arc. This is the most important understanding. So let's solve few question and apply this property. Question number 1. Find the value of angle A and angle B in the part 1. there is an angle A at the center of the circle, and it is formed by the chord, this blue chord, and this angle is at the circumference. This blue chord is also making angle at the circumference of the circle, which is 40 degree. And we know the relationship between the angle at center and angle at the circumference of circle. So angle at center is twice the angle at the circumference of the circle. So A is equal to 2 times 40 degree, and the final answer is 80 degree. Let's solve the part 2. Now if you observe in the part 2, angle at center is 60 degree and angle at circumference is B degree. Let's see the both angles are formed by the same chord or not. So if I join these 2 points, this is the blue chord, and if this blue chord, if you observe it, this blue chord is making angle at the center of the circle, which is 60 degree, and the same blue chord is making angle B at the circumference of the circle. So the circumference of the circle, the angle at the circumference of the circle is a half of the angle at the center. So we can say B is equal to 60 divided by 2, half of 60, and it is equal to 30 degree. Let's see a few more questions. Find the value of angle D and E in the part 3. The angle D is formed at the circumference of the circle, and the angle O 230 degree is formed at the center of the circle. So it is formed by the blue chord. This blue chord is making angle at the center, and this angle is formed by the major arc. This is the major arc, and the answer, the angle at the circumference should be on the minor arc, and D is on the minor arc. It means that D should be half of the angle at the center of the circle. So 230 divided by 2, and the final answer is 115 degree. Angle at center is twice the angle at the circumference. In part 4, if you observe the chord, this blue chord is making angle at the circumference of the circle, and it is also making angle at the center of the circle. But this 110 degree is the minor angle. So we must have to calculate the major angle, this angle, because it is made by the major arc. And we know that the sum of angles about a point is 360 degree, and we want to calculate this the major angle, we need to subtract 110 from 360 degree. So 360 minus 110 is equal to 250 degree. So angle at the center formed by the major arc is 250 degree, and angle at the circumference is E degree. So it is a circumference. So circumference angle should be half of the center angle. So E should be equal to 250 divided by 2, and it is 120 degree. So my student, I hope you got the full understanding of this property, and we will discuss other properties in new lessons, in other lessons. So you have to memorize angle properties of circle. First property, angle at center is equal to 2 times angle at circumference, and you must identify these different types of shapes when given in question. Now it's time for home task. Pause this video, solve this question, find the value of f, and write down your answer in comment box. And if you need to get few other more lessons, let me know in description. In the comments, I will make video for you. That's all for today's lesson. And if you want to get full course, visit our website tooeasytolearn.com. Subscribe our YouTube channel, press bell button for new video lessons, and share with your fellows to get the benefit of this channel. Bye bye.